Yes, good morning, everyone. The City of West Miami is holding the Planning and Zoning Board meeting today, September 22nd, 2020. And the instructions to participate in the virtual Planning and Zoning Board hearing is the following. Please sign up on Zoom on https://zoom.us/j/3255236059 to access the virtual commission planning and zoning board meeting through the phone. Dial 1-301-715-8592. When you connect, a machine will ask you for the meeting ID. Dial 325-523-6059 and followed by the pound sign and wait a few minutes and the host will accept and give you access to the meeting. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
I am sharing a screen. I have the agenda up, and first order of business is roll call, Mr. Chair.
Okay, are we ready to begin, Juan?
Yes, sir.
But we only have two members though, right?
No.
Or where are they? They disappeared off my screen.
Even if
I don't have.
I'm here. Eugenio's here.
Okay, I don't see them, and I don't see Mrs. Rios anymore. I do see Mrs. Gonzalez down there.
Hi, I'm here.
I don't see Eugenio.
My daughter.
Okay, now I see Alicia Velasquez.
Yes,
I
that's Ms.
see-
Rios.
I see the Mr. and Mrs. Apolinar, Juan, but I don't see anybody else, and
Yeah.
Aneti.
There, you just got to switch over screens in order to be able to see the rest of the group.
Okay, then who is present then, Juan? Can you
Go
state
ahead.
the name?
Go ahead and call the roll.
Okay, I'm gonna start the meeting then. Welcome everybody to the City of West Miami Planning and Zoning Board Zoom virtual meeting of September 22nd, 2020. The time is 10:04 a.m. Members present are, and if you can kindly state your name for the record, the members, please.
Diana,
Eugenio Gonzalez. Oh, I'm sorry. Eugenio Gonzalez, present. No, sorry, no, I don't have any camera.
That's okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Next.
Diana Rio.
Okay, and is that it? And myself, Joe Paz, chairman. So we have three board members, Juan. We do have a quorum, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so also present then is Juan Pena, Planning and Zoning Director. Jose Villalobos, City Attorney, is excused. Our esteemed City Clerk, Ms. Aneti Gonzalez, is filling in on his behalf. Also excuses Gilberto Gonzalez and member Gilberto Gonzalez and member Alvaro Lorito is also excused.
Okay.
Juan?
Your first order of business on the agenda is approval of the minutes from January 28th, 2020.
Okay, I read them and the members that are present today were present in that meeting. I would make a motion to approve.
I second the motion.
Okay, on the motion, Diana Rio,
Yes.
Eugenio Gonzalez,
Yes.
and I vote yes. So the minutes from the January 28, 2020 meeting have been approved.
As you can see, it's been quite a while since we've had a zoning board thanks to COVID. And there's a lot of residents that have pending projects that have been on hold for 6 months now. Your first public hearing item, agenda item, is number 1, which is 1501 Southwest 66th Avenue. It's a special use permit for planned development 2020-003. Maya Property Holdings LLC at 8500 Southwest 8th Street, number 228, Miami, Florida 33144. The applicant is requesting a special use permit for planned development for the property at 1501 Southwest 66th Avenue, West Miami, Florida 33144. The property is zoned R2 duplex, and the applicant is requesting to redevelop the parcel to allow a new 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath duplex on each side, going from 1 family to 2 families, as allowed by ordinance 282, section 2B41. for the Mayo Properties, you have his attorney for the LLC representing today. Mr. Oran, if you could say a few words and then be your attorney.
Yeah, this is Jose Machado from Machado and Haran, PA, representing Maho Properties.
Good morning. This is Daniel Herran, the representative for Maho Properties. Basically, what we have is a house that my parents bought back in 1977. It's been in the family since then. Back in 2013, it was transferred over to an entity that they own, just to put it in an LLC. And we are requesting a special use permit to construct a duplex on the site. Each unit would be 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. The total square foot of the property of the structure would be 3,670 square feet, which with each unit being 1,835 square feet. We're not asking for any type of setback variance, any side variance at all. Our lot coverage is within the required as per code. Basically, all we're asking is for a special use permit to build the duplex, which, you know, for the underlying code, which is the R2 duplex zoning.
And that is required by code, and that is why they're applying for the special use for plan development. You have on the screen, if you all could see it, is the site plan of the property showing the proposed. That is within the 35% lot on the property, and the only additional requirement the city's asking for is just in case in the future the property gets sold, to have a maintenance agreement for the exterior of the property to make sure that duplex is always one color and one side doesn't decide that they want a different color from the other side.
Hey, I had a question. This is the property that has that sort of above ground, a little bit pool on the west side?
Yes, well, it did have a pool.
Oh, that's right. It's been
Yeah.
demolished.
Yeah, what we did is we filled it. I spoke with Mr. Juan Pena before we did, and he knew of the plans that we had going forward with the new duplex. So he said, just fill it up, it'll be fine. And then once we do the demolition, we'll get rid of the structure.
Okay, I was just curious. Also, wasn't this property, or are you related to our former city clerk, Felix Diaz? Wasn't this a member of Mr. Diaz's family or no? Juan, am I
No.
mistaken?
No, that would have been
Okay, it has no bearing. That was just my curiosity.
that would have been the property of that one.
Okay, in my opinion, it's a beautiful property. And I looked at the plans and obviously the board members were gonna say any comments they may have. I think it's a phenomenal project. It really is. And that's a beautiful, beautiful lot in West Miami. I live on 15th Street. I drive by there like 4 or 5 times a day. And anyway, any board members have any questions or comments they may want to add?
Yeah, I have just a couple of comments. First of all, I'd like to commend you on the layout. The interior layout looks excellent. I'm glad you have a large enough lot that you can have 2 separate drive parking spaces for the
Right,
two.
right.
I do have a question on the elevations. Number 1 is the stucco siding finish. What is that?
Basically a stucco band, that is pretty
Like
much
shiplap.
decorative. It can be adjusted if there is any type of, problem or anything. As of right now, it's just decorative is what it is.
So it's like score lines on the stucco.
Yes,
What are they going to be painted in a different color? What
no,
is
same
the
color. It
Same
will be painted the same color.
Okay, I do have a reservation on the fenestration. You have 2 different types of windows. You have the sliders with fixed. In some cases, you have the sliders, and then you also have single hung with a fixed panel on top. Is there any way that the windows could be made uniform, either all single hung or all sliders? Reason I'm
If I may
asking, the single hung seem to be more horizontal. The horizontal frames are obviously more visible, and those sliders are more vertical windows. Just aesthetically, it looks better to have only one type of window, especially when you look at the east elevation. You see how there's essentially, 3 types of windows. Is there any possibility to change to either or?
If I may say something, Mrs. Rios, remember that because of egress considerations on the bedroom, the planner's architect has to keep in mind the width and the height of the opening, once the windows are opening for egress purposes, and that would pertain to the bedrooms only. So they may be committed to a specific type of window, like a casement window. Usually they all meet the easement requirements. Single hung generally does not, and horizontal sliding generally does not, depending on the size. But I do agree that that being said, that it does look a little busy with the raised stucco shiplap lines, and at west and east, those big fixed windows. I guess that's the living room. It does look a little busy there. So many moles and just too many windows. Maybe they can adjust that.
Sorry, I understand that if it's an existing structure, then you have to conform with whatever window opening you have in there. But you're starting from scratch here. So now is your chance to make it more aesthetically pleasing on the elevations.
I mean, we could certainly speak with the architect and see what can be done. But I agree with Chairman Joe Paz that ideally, when you design something like this, you want it to be as nice and as streamlined as possible. Now, from the bedrooms do have an egress requirement that we can't change that. So that's the way, that's the reason it was designed that way.
Okay.
Understood, but again, you have the freedom to create the window opening of the size that you desire, because you're creating this brand new. So I think you'll be happier at the end with an end result of a piece of architecture that looks more pleasing.
I do agree on that it does look a little busy, but I believe, and Juan, Mr. Pena, correct me if I'm wrong, we're not here specifically to look at the design architecturally, but rather to approve or disapprove the change from single family to duplex, correct, Juan?
That's correct. That would have to be something that the applicant would take under advisement. The plans as presented meet code, and that is what we're here to make sure that it meets code.
Could we, in order to, under the COVID conditions, if we were to take a vote now, specifically for the item, which is the change to allow for a duplex, and put a little condition that prior to the final design being submitted, if they can adjust the windows as we discuss, and maybe that is something either yourself can handle internally, the city staff, or come back to another meeting in the future of the windows, or we can solve the window issue now.
You could make it as a condition to the approval, and we will forward that to the city commission. If they're in agreement at that point, then it will become part of the resolution.
Okay, let me interrupt for a second. We've been waiting for this hearing since March 31st, okay? And for us to be now asked to be, approved with a certain condition just because of aesthetics of a window, I don't feel it's correct at this time. I mean, we're going forward. We are basically eliminating a structure that's been there, that's dilapidated, and we're gonna invest significant monies in this property. I do understand your concern about the windows and them being busy, but the reality is that we're here today to approve special use for a duplex. That's it. We're not approving the colors, we're not approving the stucco bands, we're not approving anything else other than the use, changing it from a single family to a duplex.
Mr. Ron, the board is allowed to place as many conditions as they want on a special use. It is up to, and it's forwarded to the city commission as a recommendation. The city commission will ultimately be the ones making the final decision. However, the special use is, if you read the ordinance of special use, this is the point where they get to insert recommendations to the project. Whether the city commission elects to go with those recommendations or not, that will be under the presentation you do to them at the following commission meeting.
So if there are special conditions that are placed, we would have to come back to a subsequent meeting?
No, special use has two, this special use application has two things. The first one is before the planning and zoning board, and for a recommendation of go forward or deny. And then your second, which is your final and approval hearing, will be for the city commission. City commission is the ultimate authority to approve special uses.
Okay. And I understand, but I understand that Maho Properties is trying to develop a duplex. Many of these windows that appear here in different styles, some sliders, some that go up or down, are all designed based upon standards in the construction industry. If they were to modify the windows in the front, which are not sliders, that would entail creating special windows with special sizing, which will significantly increase the cost associated with the development of this duplex, which would, in the end, just increase the cost for everyone involved.
Correct. However, that is
I wouldn't necessarily agree with that statement, sir, in its entirety. It could be changed rather simply, but I would, I mean, not I, but first I would like to hear from Mr. Gonzalez. He's been kind of quiet and we don't have him on the video screen if he has any suggestions. But perhaps Ms. Rio can propose a motion, and you can use verbiage stating that the windows may be symmetrical or same style as a recommendation, and then let this go forward and let the city commission have the ultimate say. Maybe from now to then, they may find something that will look better and work better, and that's what will be proposed to the city commission.
Okay,
Mr. Gonzalez, are you there?
Yes, let me
Okay.
say something. I am in accord to approve the construction of the duplex. The issue on the window, can we be deal later? I don't know, but I will approve for the construction of the property.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mrs. Rio, would you care to make a motion?
Yes, I make a motion to approve the special use permit for the duplex construction with the conditions stated on the staff report and the added condition of uniform type of window throughout the project.
Mr.
I
Chair,
will second the motion.
before you
Okay.
take that vote, Mr. Chair, you need to open the public hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. The public hearing is now open on this item, agenda item number 1. If anybody from the public wishes to speak, please identify yourself for the record.
I have no requests.
Okay, the public hearing is now closed. It is 10:22 a.m. There was a motion by Mrs. Rio and a second by Eugenio Gonzalez, and I vote yes. So on the motion, Mr. Gonzalez,
Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Just for the record,
Mrs. Rio,
Yes.
and I vote yes.
Mr. Chair, just for the record, We notified 500 radius feet around the property and published the ad in a general newspaper of general circulation.
Okay, thank you. I forgot to ask those questions, a little rusty, but the item has been approved with the conditions as set forth. So this item has been approved.
We'll forward that, Mr. Haran, to the city commission at the next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Next item on your agenda is public hearing, agenda item number 2, property address is,
Zoning, Mr. Pena,
good morning.
Hey, good morning. Just for the record, Mr. Jose Villalobos, our city attorney, is now joining us. Thank you,
I'm
sir.
sorry, but I have power problems in my house. All my lines were down and even my telephone, so I apologize.
Wow, no problem, sir.
That's
Okay.
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 Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Item number 2 would be property address 6480 Southwest 20th Terrace, Leticia Rios. Applicant is requesting a special use permit to renovate the property at that same address, providing for a 2-story addition to a single-family home. Property is zoned residential single family. Good morning, Ms. Rios. You could speak on our item.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
First and foremost, thank you so much for allowing these meetings to go on Zoom. I really appreciate it. I wish to build a second story. Currently, I have, my property is 1,506 square feet. I would like to add 1,195 square foot to the footprint of the house for a total of 2,701. The reason being, I have an elderly mom who lives on her own, and I'd like to bring her in to live with us, and I don't have the space for her. So I need to remodel my existing first story and add to the second.
Okay, Ms. Velasquez, welcome. First of all, God bless you for taking care of your mother, but you do not need to justify the reason you want to do this. You want to build, you want to build, but it's for a very good cause, I may add. Bless you for that. I had a question though on this, on the application, Juan, on the comments you recommend barrel tile roof or a cement flat tile roof, but they're showing a metal roof on the plans.
That's fine.
That is what you would wish, right, Ms. Velasquez, a metal roof?
Yes, I would like the metal roof.
That's an equal.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And this is not a duplex lot, correct, Juan? This is still not, has not been changed to R2.
No, it'll be a
Duplex,
5-bedroom, 5.5 bath house.
single family.
Yes.
A family.
Any comments from the board?
Yeah, I have a comment. On the existing structure that you're keeping in the back,
Yeah.
where it says not in contract, at the rear of the property, it's 1 room and a bathroom and a closet.
Correct.
There is a new door coming into that room, and that room is segregated from the rest of the house.
But that room will connect to the house.
It is not connected on the plans currently.
Okay.
So I would put as part of the recommendations to remove that exterior door so that, or create an interior door so that you can enter that room from the inside of the house, as opposed to, because right now it seems to be only entered from the outside of the house.
Okay.
So let's reverse that and make that exterior door into a window, and then create an interior door to access that room.
Okay. Can I create an interior door to access the room and leave that exterior door?
Yes, by code you may.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
I'm looking at the proposed first floor plan, and on the top right, the not in contract, that is the guest bedroom. That is the bedroom you're referring to, right, Ms. Rio?
Yes,
Correct.
yes, it is.
Master bedroom.
Okay.
She's absolutely correct. I see partitions and it's not connected. That's a good catch, Ms. Rio. It is not connected to the proposed
main house.
view. So, as far as the door, I don't have a problem, having the door leading to the outside as long as it is connected, from the interior. In other words, that it is fully accessible from the interior of the new house. Anybody can walk in there, but maybe the door to a window may be a good idea as well. What we're trying to do, Ms. Velasquez, is we don't want, we're trying to avoid any property to be renovated in such a manner that can facilitate an illegal efficiency in the future. And I'm assuming, I'm not putting words in Mrs. Rio's mouth, but I'm assuming that that is probably her concern, and it is a big concern for us. Because we really don't like to see houses being subdivided illegally and rented out to unknown individuals.
Oh, I agree.
So the door in the back, really, I mean, if it's a bedroom and you're accessing the rear yard and all that, because that accesses the rear of the house, correct?
Yes, it would just be for convenience. My son is the one that occupies that room. He's 27. And, you know, he goes out, he stays out very late at night. And usually when he comes in, of course, he comes in through the front door and, you know, all the busy, all the walking across. And that was the only reason why I wanted that door in the back, so he can access it on his own.
It looks like now the proposed plan with your AC closet, your air conditioning closet, your pantries, it does not look like you're gonna have to modify that, the sizes of the pantry or something, but you really need to have that area accessible from the main residence.
Okay.
This area here will have to have a door. I don't know if you can see it on the plans as I drew it.
Okay.
Okay, any comments, Mr. Gonzalez?
No, I according to, I thought with you that that room should be big access to the main house with the door. I believe that wall is just it's not a block wall. It's just a typical.
Yeah, it's just
Drywall.
it's drywall.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, I wouldn't have a problem with the exterior door, and I could understand why you would want privacy for your son and all that. As long as you put a door somewhere in there, you should be okay. Correct, Mr. Pena?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And this is a public hearing. You need to open it for the public.
Got it again. The City of West Miami Planning and Zoning Board public hearing on agenda item number 2, 6480 Southwest 20th Terrace, West Miami, is now open. It is 10:30 a.m. Should anybody want to speak on this item, please identify yourself and name and address for the record.
Again, I show nobody online to participate, so.
Public hearing is now closed, 10:31 a.m. Any further comments from the board?
Yeah, I have another comment. Again, on the windows. These windows on sheet A500 show as fixed. All the windows show to be fixed.
No, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. They're all sliders.
Okay.
Well,
Or
some,
casement in some cases, because some of them cannot be sliders.
Well, some are sliders, like the one here on the bottom, next to the door, those are fixed.
Right, and a lot of them, the ones right above the front door,
those are fixed.
those are fixed as well.
Perfect. Yeah.
But in essence, the ones that do open, they would all be sliders.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right.
Then any further comments or motions from the board?
I'd like to make a motion to approve as shown and with the amended conditions from the staff report. The staff report mentions the installation of cement tile roof or cement barrel tile roof, while the plans call for metal roof.
Or equal, that'll be an
So
equal.
if they want to do metal roof, they could do metal roof. Also, would you be okay if we say no cooking facilities on that guest room that we discussed earlier?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yes, that goes without saying, because then it would be it would construe to be a duplex, so
Yeah.
you cannot have any cooking facilities there. I don't think we need to mention that, right, Mr. Villalobos?
That's right.
That's no intention to have a cooking facility there.
Right, and the third condition would be to add the interior door from the main house into the guest room.
Yes. So wait, I'm sorry, what was the first condition?
Oh, no, just change the conditions from the staff report where you're calling out for a metal roof and then they call out for cement tile or barrel tile.
Okay,
So you want metal, so metal would be,
okay.
okay.
An equal. And I would prefer to see it with metal, and I have a metal roof, and Ms. Rio does as well.
So do
So we
I.
like metal. So there was a motion and that included the staff recommendations, the option to allow the homeowner metal roof if they wish, as shown on the plans. And also the condition that the whole house has to be accessible. And well, we don't need to say that, but no cooking facilities in that room. So there was a motion. Is there a second?
Yes, I second, excuse me, I second the
Okay,
motion. According to the
And
conditions.
I vote yes. So on the motion, Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes,
Mrs. Rio,
Yes.
and I vote yes. So it's been approved, Mrs. Velasquez. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
Hearing will be before the city commission on, I believe it's the 7th of this month,
Okay.
of October. I'm sorry.
So, Mr. Penna, by the 7th, I need to have the finalized plans before the commission?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hey, everyone.
You
take
too.
care, yeah.
Next item on your agenda is variance hearing, agenda item number 3. Property address is 6521 Southwest 20th Street, Kelly Sedan Apolinar. Applicant is requesting a variance to build a swimming pool in the backyard within 5 feet of the side property line and within 5 feet of the rear property line, where 10 feet is required by zoning ordinance 282 to the inside wall of the pool. Mr. Apolinar, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much for having these zoning meetings. I really appreciate it. It's been a tough road with Corona and everything like that, so hopefully everybody's safe. Yes, what we're asking for is a variance on the setbacks from the rear and the sides. And what we're trying to do is pretty much maximize the amount of space that we have around the pool. My greatest concern is really the proximity of the pool to the wall. So I'm trying to, to the house, sorry. So I'm trying to maximize as much as I can in that area and making sure that also that it's as far as possible away from the steps that are in the rear of the house to my French doors. Do you have anything else to help you?
No, you keep going.
I've asked Mr. Fred Andar to sort of go, he's a consultant that's helping me through this process, and he can speak more specifically about the legalities and, the variances. And I'm a newbie to all of this, and it's first time going to a zoning meeting. So I've asked him for his assistance in this matter.
Okay, there's no pool currently there, correct?
No, there's no pool currently there.
And it is a 6-foot wall that's blocking the view from the neighbors. You have a 6-foot concrete block wall?
No, we have on the side, on the right side is a vinyl fence, and on the rear of the property is a wood fence, 6 foot, yes.
Okay, because I heard, alrighty. And Mr. Penna, the 5 feet is from the water line to the property line, correct?
What they're asking is
The water line of the pool, not the pool deck.
correct.
And the area then of the setback will, no deck would be allowed there. Would that be correct?
They're allowed to come within 3 feet to the property line with the rear deck of the pool.
Okay.
And this is a public hearing, correct, Mr. Penna?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna open up the public hearing on agenda item number 3, 6521 Southwest 20th Street, West Miami. It is 10:37 a.m. Should anybody wish to speak on this item from the public, please identify yourself, name and address for the record. Please speak.
For the record, we notified 500 radius feet around the property.
Okay. And nobody connected, Juan?
No, sir.
Okay, so the public hearing on agenda item number 3 is now closed. It is 10:38 a.m. Any comments from the board?
I have a question on the rear, I guess on this site plan where it shows the pool. It shows the line right at the top, it says property line. And it shows a fence. And then the line right below it says 6-foot height fence.
Correct.
Fence. Which one is the fence and which one is the property line? Because you don't have 2 fences on the backyard, do you?
No,
No, the property line is the one that says property line. And the one, it's 2.5 feet inward is the 6-foot wood fence for the property.
Okay, so there is no wood fence on the property line.
No, that should, little boxes didn't go there. It's just a typo.
Okay, which one is the typo? The one on the property line?
The box is on the property line, yes,
Okay, so the fence is closer to the pool.
that's correct.
And it will remain, it's gonna remain in the same location?
The
the
fence,
fence will still remain in the same location, yes.
How would you put the child fence security?
We will still have about 2 feet of decking around closest to the wood fence, so we can actually surround it with a child fence if we needed to.
correct.
Okay,
Mr. Penna,
Yes, sir.
let me ask you, the wood fence is 2.5 feet away from the property line?
That's correct.
And the pool is going to be 2.5 feet from the fence.
That's correct.
So you have 5 feet from the property line, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
okay, Mr. Penna, I see the city did not make a recommendation either way on this item. Oh, I take it back. Wait, yeah,
we-
you did. I'm sorry.
It's been,
Mr. Gonzalez, you have anything to add?
only in the, what I left in the recommendation was the option if any other resident in the area would object or come online, and we would consider their objections. But the city is recommending approval.
Okay, I'm gonna assume the fact that it was duly advertised and notification was given to all the neighbors in the immediate area.
Yes, sir.
And there's nobody here to speak in favor or against this item. So at this point, I would not take neighbors' recommendations or opinion because there's none to give. I don't have a problem with it. Looks like it's not really going to be visible from the street, and apparently neighbors do not have an issue with the pool. Any comments from the board? Any safety fence, pool safety barriers, etc., would have to be addressed in the permitting process by code. So that'll be taken care of then. And any wood fencing or any fence sections that are in poor shape or damaged during construction obviously would have to be replaced. Mr. Gonzalez, you have any comments? Did we lose him, Juan?
Here. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Gonzalez, is he on? Uh-oh.
I think we got him back. Hold on. We may be connecting. I see it says connecting.
Hello?
Oh, welcome back. Welcome.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, my comment is I make a motion to approve it.
Okay, motion has been made. I'll second that motion. On the motion, Mrs. Rio,
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
and I vote yes. So it has been approved. Mr. and Mrs. Apolinar is how you pronounce your name?
Yes, very good. Thank you.
Thank you. You would get with Juan, and he can explain what your next steps would be.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the last item on your agenda today, sir.
All right. I wanted to say this before, and I forgot, but I'll say it now. I wanted to say I'm very proud of the city staff. Our mayor, Mrs. Rhonda Rodriguez, said something like about 10 years ago, and it was something that West Miami is the little city that could, making reference to the little engine that could childhood book that we probably all read. And this virus really shows that we are a little city that could, and we're moving along, prodding along. I'm really proud of all our city staff and our elected officials and our city attorney down there. And I just used the restroom, earlier prior to the start of the meeting. And I must say, I had not been there since January, and it looks beautiful. The restroom, the work that's going down in City Hall. I mean, I really commend you and everybody else with West Miami for doing such a well job and keeping the level of services up to par, all things considered with the virus. And I especially want to thank our law enforcement officials, our police chief, and all our members of our police department that help us or make us sleep good at night and keep us safe from the bad element out there. That being said, anybody else want to add anything before we close the meeting down?
The only thing I can say is I'm very grateful to live in the city of West Miami.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
I second both of your comments.
All right, well, we're ready to wrap this up. So the City of West Miami Planning and Zoning Zoom meeting of September 22nd, 2020 is now adjourned. It is 10:45 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.